Hello everyone and welcome to Big Rock Moto. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So first of all, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Whatever holiday that you may celebrate in your family, happy holidays. If you are celebrating a holiday right now, I'm releasing this video right before Christmas here. So I just want to wish you all a very happy holidays, whichever one you celebrate. So today's video is really simple. I just wanted to offer sort of a bit of an explanation of why I have this bike. So this is my brand new 2024 BMW R1250GS Adventure. It is not the new R1300GS Adventure, and I think a lot of people are wondering what the heck is going on. So today I just want to talk about why I sold my R1300GS that I bought about a year ago, why I bought this, and why I also chose not to buy, at this time anyway, the new R1300GS Adventure. All right, so why did I sell the R1300GS that I bought last winter? So just to give you some context, you know, this is what I do for a living, right? Some people like that, some people don't. But the truth is that was mostly a purchase for content. You know, I made a series of videos with that bike. It was a brand new GS after a 10-year run of the 1200 and 1250. And I bought it to make a video series. I also like GSs. I really love riding them and they're useful for me. So that was it. But I didn't really want triple black. I got it because availability was very limited when they first came into the US. That was a model I was able to get with some of the features I wanted to showcase, like the adaptive ride height and the forged wheels. But it just, I don't know how to quite explain this, but it just never really felt like my bike. It felt like a bike that I just bought to showcase. And I just never really had that, I guess, personal connection to it. So yeah, that's really why the features and the performance of the 1300 are incredible. And I've talked about that in that video series. Let me just start by saying this. The 1300GS is a better motorcycle, objectively speaking, than the outgoing 1250s. In every performance measure, they're better. The features are better. The technology is better. The engineering is better. It's 10 years newer. But sometimes personal preference goes beyond, you know, features and specs, and that's the case here. Also, I should mention that I am getting an R1300GS Adventure for review here very, very soon. And I've already was able to get a quick ride on a R1300GS Adventure with a new ASA, or Automated Shift Assistant. And I was super impressed with that ASA system. So I'll have a video coming on that soon as well. All right, so let me give you 5 main reasons that I chose for myself to buy a 2024, the last model year. Actually, this is one of the last 1250GS Adventures built in the factory, and I'm very happy to get it. So let me give you 5 reasons why I chose to go this way. The first reason is I've already owned one of these, right? I've had a lot of GSs. I had a 2021 1250GS Adventure, pretty much identical to this except for the color, and that was one of my top 3 motorcycles I've ever owned in my life, and I've owned about 50 motorcycles at this point. Incredibly comfortable, very good off-road, very good on-road, just an amazing bike. The thing that I like about the 1250 Adventure is, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the physical size, the wind protection, the big fuel tank, the big windshield, the rugged looks of it. But when I picture myself like thousands of miles away from home, there's only one bike that I really want to be on, and it's this bike. Some of it also comes down to comfort. I really do find these 1250 Adventures, for a variety of reasons, to be more comfortable than the new 1300s are. The new 1300s are gone in a sportier direction, which I think is good for some people, maybe not as good for other people. But comfort is a big priority for me, from the ergonomics, the legroom, the seating comfort, the wind protection, all that. And it's really, really good on this bike. Okay, the second reason that I chose to get an R1250GS Adventure is money. So, you know, regardless of what some of you think down there in the comments, I'm not a rich, you know, I'm not a wealthy person. So money does matter. And when I'm buying a bike for myself to keep for a few years, hopefully, fingers crossed, money really came into the equation. So I was able to get this bike because they were trying to get rid of them. They're trying to sell the last of the 1250s for an incredible deal. I got thousands and thousands of dollars off the MSRP. Not only that, but BMW offered a 0% interest promo financing. Now, this is not the Dave Ramsey show. We're not going to get into financing versus paying cash. I normally pay cash for bikes. I like to do that. But at the moment, I'm doing a bunch of home renovations and they're extremely expensive. And I used the cash from the sale of 1300 to put into my home renovations so I don't have to finance that. And instead I took the 0% financing to buy myself a bike. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, third reason I chose to get this is reliability. So what do I mean? Well, this basic platform has had a 10-year run of production. So by my way of thinking, being the last year of production of this, you know, they've been putting together this bike, this frame, this stuff for 10 years. So the last year should be the best. All the bugs are worked out, all the issues are worked out. This should be the best of the 1250s. Reliability is important to me. And a lot of times you see me riding the latest and greatest stuff. That's mostly for YouTube content. I really like to ride the previous generation of bike personally because it just seems like it's more proven. You're less likely to have issues. There's more time for people to work through all those bugs. Reason number 4 that I got this is to do with aftermarket availability of parts. So again, because this has been in production for a pretty long time, when you consider the 1200 and then the update to the 1250 with the same basic chassis, frame, and everything, the accessories for this are incredible. You know, skid plates, crash bars, windshields, suspension. I'm doing full tractive suspension, which will be in a video soon. The luggage. I couldn't get my Moscow luggage for the new 1300 GS Adventure because they changed the luggage mounts. So on this bike, I can get the Euro mounts, which I have here, which are incredible, and I'll try to do a video on these soon. These are phenomenal, by the way, if you're thinking of getting some. So aftermarket was a big consideration in getting this bike. All right, reason number 5 is very personal, but it's to do with the styling. Now, I am not saying that this is an attractive or pretty or sexy motorcycle. It's not. But it's, to me, and it's just personal, this looks purposeful and rugged, and I'm just, maybe it's just time, maybe I'm just used to it after seeing it all these years, but I actually kind of like the design of this. The new 1300 GS Adventure, frankly, I just cannot get used to it. I've seen it in person. It's a little better in person than photos, but something about the design of the new Adventure, the 1300, I'm not there. And for me to spend, so the thing was, it was gonna be about $8,000 difference between getting this and getting a new 1300. $8,000 US, that is a lot of money. Plus they don't have any promo financing and no discounts. I wasn't gonna spend $30,000+, which is what a 1300 GSA costs, on my own bike to get something I don't even like how it looks. I can't accept that. I love the features of the new bike. The performance of it is great. I have ridden the new Adventure already, by the way. Really good, but still, styling was another reason that pushed me back into the older generation. So I only own 2 motorcycles right now, if you can believe it. I own this, and I have a 2024 KTM 350 EXC. So between my 350 and this, I can do 90% of the riding that I want to do. So for adventure riding, I've got this. For long distance riding, I've got this. For street riding, I've got this. Touring, I've got this. The GS does so many things, and it's an incredible motorcycle. And my 350 is for all the off-road stuff. And so it pretty much covers it. I would own more bikes, but the truth is I'm lucky that I always have press bikes, test bikes to ride. And because I have those press bikes, you know, I end up riding those quite a bit to do the videos, to do the testing. And my personal bikes don't get ridden as much as you know, they deserve to be. So for me to own more than maybe 2, 3 motorcycles at max just doesn't make any sense. All right, so stick around, stay tuned, because I will have some content featuring this bike, some of the upgrades I'm doing. A lot of you are out there running this platform, this 1250 Adventure platform, and so I think the upgrades and things will be of interest to you to watch, because this is like the 3rd or 4th of these that I've owned, and so I've kind of figured out like what's good and what isn't, and you'll get to see how I choose to set up my personal bike. And so I think that'll be interesting. Also, I will have a review very soon on the new R1300GS Adventure, an in-depth review, once I get one for long enough to do an in-depth test on it. And I'll be featuring also as well the new ASA, or automated shifting. This bike is going to be featured in my upcoming riding season, some of the trips and expeditions and adventures that I go on. I'm thinking of riding this up to the Touratech Rally in Washington next summer, and maybe from there going to Canada, maybe go to Alaska, maybe go to Arctic Circle. We'll have to see where my life is at that point if I have the time to do that. But this is the bike that I want to be on for those kind of journeys. So let me know, what kind of content would you like to see with this? Put that down in the comments below. All right, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, ride safe, and I'll see you out there.